Leading leaders is different than leading followers. I think any of us that have been students of good leadership over the years recognize that. I've learned that in a brand new way in the last couple of years. My family and I have been longtime dog rescuers, but primarily golden retrievers. In fact, you can see a couple of them playing behind me in my home office this morning. The one you don't see playing is the one that's sitting on the bed. That's Traveler. He is our first non-golden rescue. In fact, we did the DNA testing on Traveler. He's only 3% golden. Good thing about those 3% because he gets to stay in the family. He's more than 30% herding dog, so he needs a job. He's more than 10% German Shepherd, so he's the smartest animal and oftentimes the smartest being in the room. And he's 10% Great Pyrenees, which is a very stubborn breed. So we've got somebody that needs a job, always wants to be pushing people around, is smarter than everybody else in the room, and wants to do his own thing and is stubborn enough to make that happen. That's Traveler. And you know what? I've recognized, while I knew in the front of my brain that leading leaders was different than leading followers, all of my stories have been about golden retrievers over the years. My wife and I rescued Traveler when he was out found running in a neighborhood 2 years ago and ended up in our backyard. Hence the name Traveler. We don't know where he came from. And all of a sudden, his leading the packness became very apparent. And there's three things that we've learned from Traveler about our dog rescues that probably have application for you and me as leaders as well. The first one is if you're leading a leader, they need an important job. If Traveler doesn't have something to do, herding you, herding me, herding the dogs, protecting our backyard, if Traveler doesn't have something to do, he might get himself in trouble. Now, he's relaxed this morning because he's been looking out the window and listening to me do podcasting and things. But one, Traveler needs an important job. If you're leading leaders, give them something important to do. Secondly, we've learned to appreciate Traveler's differences. He's dominant. He wants to be in charge. He's got a voice. He barks more than all of our other dogs that we've ever rescued over the many years of our marriage. He needs to express himself. And so we've learned to enjoy his dominance and know what he is communicating about that. And we let him lead at times when we go to the dog park and places like that. And then the third thing, we're very aware that he's got a stronger spirit than any of our other dogs. And we just need to make sure that he's not so domineering our other pets that he, he's overlording them, that it's too strong an input. So in fact, when we walk Goldens out in the neighborhood, anybody can walk by and it's no big deal. If Traveler sees a big dog coming toward us, he's going to let everybody know he needs to be in charge. He is dominant. He's the archetypical alpha, and I just need to make sure that the other dogs around him are taken care of. Now, those are silly dog lessons that may show up in the next edition of my book, The Golden Principles: Life and Leadership Lessons from Rescued Dogs. But there's also some leadership lessons for you and me who aspire to be better leaders. First of all, get to know who they are. Recognize that they need to do important work. Appreciate their differences and give them the authority that will fulfill their natural wiring. And thirdly, protect the other team members from their over-dominance. Some simple lessons that we've learned from Traveler, the herding cattle dog, German Shepherd, Great Pyrenees. Also some good lessons for all of us as leaders. Dr. Andy Neely for Neely Leadership Group.